Hi guys, my name is Anthony Trena.
And I'm Calvin DiNicolo.
We're with Tropical American Timber. We build custom wood tables and we provide live edge slabs for builders here in Gainesville, Florida, and working all over North Central Florida. We'd like to tell you about how we got started. Calvin and I are old friends from our time at UF, and I ended up moving to South America on an interest for botany and for forestry. I ended up living there for a decade and falling in love with these kinds of woods. When I moved back during COVID to Gainesville, I linked up with my great friend Calvin, now business partner, and we began to import the same woods. Incredible tropical hardwoods you see behind us from Costa Rica, sustainably sourced. And thanks to Calvin's architectural design background, we ended up falling into the trade of making awesome tables and countertops, all kinds of projects, mantles, shelves, for the folks in North Central Florida.
Yeah, the one half of the couple that bought this, as well as 3 smaller side tables and a coffee table, they're going to be coming down today to drop off the legs for the small tables, and we'll be delivering this next week. So we have a showroom with regular hours. At the moment we're doing noon to 6, but we're very flexible on meeting you before or after hours, and we can do holidays and weekends by appointment. Site, it's just tropicalamericantimber.com. And
you can also call us at 352-218-2032. 352-218-2032.
Hopefully link in the description. That was Anthony. I think we had a...
I woke up one morning and it was just, came to me in a flash. It had to be Tropical American Timber.
Yeah, and I'm not too easy on most business decisions, and normally I not how I want to be, but I tend to push back on a lot of things, but that's one it just felt right, and we went with it.
I gotta say, a couple of the differentiators of the kinds of slabs, wood slabs, and tropical exotic hardwoods that we provide. The difference is in the kilning process, professionally kiln dried. It's a very stable product. It's also quite unique looking. I don't know if you can tell in the video here, but it's pretty gorgeous. It's amazing to see in photos, but a different experience to see in real life. So not only is it professionally kiln dried, very stable. Considering the size, wood this big tends to twist, bow, cup. It's a very stable product. That having been said, for our tables, we reinforce the seat channels, and it's going to be a forever piece. It's an accent statement that will live in your home with you forever.
And it's not, so the preparation and the processing this wood goes through after being milled is very important, but it's also, these species are inherently much more stable because of how they shrink when they dry. Some woods will tend to shrink. There's tangential and radial shrinkage, and when those two types of shrinkage are very different in the amount, you tend to get a lot of warping. These have very similar amounts of tangential and radial shrinkage, so they wind up remaining very flat, which is hard to come by. I've always loved materials. I studied architecture. I got a master's at UF, and that's what I wound up doing my thesis, not really on structures or building, but on materials, on aluminum and building techniques, fabrication techniques. So I love to build things.
Yeah, and he's very good at it. So maybe I didn't expect this at first, but so far it's been the relationships we built with clients. They've become great friends. We figured that would happen, but it's true. We turn in a table, and just 2 days ago we turned in a beautiful table, and that family has become really close friends now. I hope they come and visit often, by the way. And another thing, personally, having gotten into this work in Costa Rica and meeting our suppliers, becoming friends with them, it's really satisfying to take part of the whole supply chain, from the source of the forest and the families and the businesses that work there, all the way to final customer. We're part of that supply chain. So it's not only are we excited to be serving North Central Florida and all of Florida and Southeast, but also benefiting families that are doing right by the forest in their communities. So it's been a really neat thing to see from beginning to end. We take great pride that our wood is sourced sustainably. How we get close to guaranteeing that is by working with Costa Rica as a supplying nation for the tropical hardwoods. They're a country that bases most of its economic activity is ecotourism. So they take great pride in their forests, rightfully so, because it's gorgeous if you've been there. And so it's a very strict permitting process to fell a tree. Their forestry engineers are trained to basically say, no, you cannot fell this tree. And so it's very strict, it's hard. And so each tree it's taking great care to be able to fell that tree. And that's basically the crux of it. The sustainability is basically how careful they are in selecting. And it has to be a tree that's been reproducing for X amount of years to make sure that it's reproduced enough seeds so that when that tree is removed, that the dormant seeds are basically ready to germinate right then and there and replace that tree.
Being that you open up an opportunity in the forest canopy with sunlight, because the older the tree, the larger the tree, the more it becomes dominant and doesn't allow anything else to grow.
Right, so you create that clearing in the forest, the gap, that then allows more precipitation and light, and new life just explodes there. Another neat thing about the forestry of Costa Rica is that most of the operations that I've seen personally are small family-run businesses. It's not really a mass-produced kind of thing at all, which you might see in Brazil, Indonesia, Congo, other tropical hardwood-producing nations. So we really like to work with Costa Rica, and from what I can tell, living there for years and working in forestry, is they do a great job of protecting their forest. That's number one. And also, the carpentry culture of Costa Rica is second to none. They love the stuff, they work with the stuff. When I tell them down there what we're up to here, they're excited. They're tickled to know that this Costa Rican hardwood is getting into the homes of amazing families here, businesses. So it's a small look into the sustainability issue, and would love to talk more with any of the viewers about this stuff. So definitely give us a call. You know how to find us.
Since we started, Anthony went down twice and I went down once. Anthony went down to vet suppliers when we were first getting going, and then we went down to do our second container load together and inspect some trees, not trees, I should say slabs, seeing all the warehousing and do some selection with our own two eyes. We're going through thousands and thousands of slabs to pick out, 100, 150 to fill a container. It's not so bad. Is this one in the frame here? Yes. That one's 1,500. The one next to it, I believe, was 1,200. The one in the middle is 2,400. The one there that's sort of shaped like a harp, that's finished, so that price on that now would be higher, but that was 1,200. That's actually normally at my house. The one next to that, I believe, is 1,400, and that is 800. The raw wood slabs, they're not as much as some people might think. I'm not sure what people have in their heads for what these cost, but yeah, they're very competitive, I think, with other materials that you can get in these size ranges, and a lot of materials you just can't get these size ranges. And then the finished pieces are more, but that price just varies, can vary a lot because everybody has a different idea of how they want it finished, what kind of base they might want, what kind of work that each piece needs, but it can be maybe twice the cost of the slab, so double what those prices I was saying, up to more than that if there's special work to be done. So we've shipped several pieces as far away as New York, Philadelphia, down to Miami. We also deliver. We've delivered all over North Central Florida, Ocala, Cross City, Palatka, St. Augustine, Jacksonville, and the cost is very reasonable. It's free in Alachua County and Marion County, and for finished pieces and for many of the unfinished slabs. We can ship anywhere, and the cost is reasonable.
So how tall is this piece? I mean, how long is this?
That's a 15-footer. 15 feet. The one next to it's 11 feet. That one's been sold, and we're producing a bench project for a family in Jacksonville. This one was just sold today.
Oh, congratulations. So what is this one?
This is one at Costco as well. And what's happening with this piece is it's the trend. You can imagine the trunk coming up, and where it starts to branch, the grain changes from long grain to end grain. And at that juncture of the different kinds of grains, you start to get some interesting quilting patterns.
Wow.
Big, but it's also so gorgeous. I can't wait to turn that into a coffee store one day. Very special.
So all of these look to be what, about 4 inches wide? Thick, deep, whatever?
So
4 to 6?
smaller pieces, we try to get into 2 or 2.5 inch thickness.
Okay.
Bigger pieces tend to be
Okay.
but the variation is not that big. Minimum 1.5 inches, but probably 3.
Gotcha.
Bigger the piece is, the more we like to be bigger, so it's more stable. And if it's a little more proportionally sound, like if it's too thin or it's that big, it looks a little funky. But a lot of people do like the thin pieces too, so.
Okay, so I know when you use like a butcher block countertop, you have to like oil it and you have to take care of it and stuff. So what kind of maintenance over the years does this stuff require?
It's similar.
Similar, okay, very
Yeah,
similar to that. So just kind of,
It's gonna be food safe oils. If it gets dinged up, which any material might over years,